Alrighty, welcome to Mecha Mondays. I'm your intrepid pilot Fraggeth, and today I have, well, I'd say a treat for you, but, well, you'll see. So there's this series. It's called MuvLuv. Um, I'm sure some of you in the Mecha community have heard of it. There's been the odd anime adaptation. It's a visual novel series, and, well, it's pretty cool. So, basic setting is back in either the 50s or the 60s or 70s. A bunch of aliens land on Earth, and it changes the course of human history forever because they start invading in a bad way. They don't respond to communication, and they're very nasty. They're called the Beta. I forget what that stands for off the top of my head. So we wind up building giant robots to combat them, to mixed to non-existent to success. It's things don't go especially well. This is taking the role of a character, um, and you are to survive in this world. So, in MuvLuv, generally, because visual novels, there's basically a totally not a harem of lovely females, characters, love interests, and just pilots around you that you do various activities with. This is based on that, but it's kind of an alt universe take, and that is a very deliberate alt universe take. I haven't actually done any of the story mode. This opens up with a quote tutorial introduction. But this is the first real action game that MuvLuv has ever got. So to say I was excited was a bit of an understatement. Um, with any luck, there is a lot less lacrosse in this. And if you know, you know. If you don't know, you're better off that way. Let's go to settings here, make sure I've got everything cranked so you can see what I'm seeing. So, pros, cons. Let's start it with the immediate pros. I'm just going to bump this up a little bit. It is fully translated, fully in English, and has full English voice acting, or nearly full English voice acting. There's a lot. No, don't worry about that. Downsides. Well, you'll see. So I'm having to do this with a controller. There are actually moderately halfway competent mouse keyboard controls, but it's that moderately to halfway that spans a whole world of difference between that and good. There are controls for mouse and keyboard. In fact, I'm going to have to use some of them for... Oh, I don't want to be here. I do not want to be here. Of course. I want to be here. So it's pretty detailed. What I'm going to have to be using is not these. So just looking at like keyboard controls, you're probably like, oh boy, there's a minor disaster here in the making. So there is targeting filters, and why there are targeting filters will become immediately apparent, and why there's been some, what's a nice way to put this, really questionable design decisions. We're going to start with the story mode, which I haven't done any of. In fact, I can do the tutorial. You have been chosen as a tester for Project Mikhail. Mikhail! In this world, you will take control of Shirogane Takaru, a surface pilot, paddling to Beta, and observe as yet unseen histories. Your choices might end up determining whether he and his friends live or die, and maybe even the fate of the whole world. Logic or emotion, which you choose is up to you. And with those humble beginnings, so how do I? There we go. I'm gonna actually wind up using the mouse for stuff. You won't see it. I don't think the mouse shows up on. No, the mouse does not show up on stream. That is all to the good. Oh, I forgot to pull up my chat scraper. Chat scraper, where are you? I need to actually see who attempts to talk to me, as opposed to all the people who I won't see, which won't be any good. There we go. Okay. Because I'm a glutton for punishment, I'm going to see if Twitch is actually displaying this. Probably not. Nope. I don't know what its deal is lately. I've got to figure that out. Whatever. Suffice it to say, Twitch is being dumb. So there's a lot going on here. I'm going to show you all the cool things that are here first before we get to the decidedly not cool bit. So here we've got weapon loadout. You've got a primary weapon, a sub-weapon, a right mount pylon, and a left mount pylon. If you've played Armored Core or Metal Wolf Chaos even, this will look slightly familiar to you. You've got head, torso, left arm, right arm, left leg, left legs, all your legs, and your yump unit. You also have the operating system plugin and the control assist unit. These all have stats associated with them. Right now, we're not going to have any stats associated with them, and I don't actually think that we have any items. Come to think of it. These are our combat styles. This will become relevant later. No, I do not. Okay, very good. I'm not sure why they give me 2 swords when there's no way I can use both just yet. Config should just be the options menu. Supply drop, I don't know what that does. For this, anyway. Okay, very good. Maintenance bay is where you can get new equipment and sell old equipment. And dismantle it for components and customize and decorate yourself. In fact, I'm going to do the customizing and decorating myself thing now. So I'm going to make a color scheme that's going to look absolutely terrible, but I swear there are good reasons for it. Okay, there aren't good reasons, but they're the reasons I'm going to be giving you. There we go. Okay, I was in the wrong one all along. Okay, so the reason we're going to go with a truly amazingly ugly color scheme is to showcase a little something that goes on in this title. That's probably, in fact, too red, and you'll know what I mean in a minute. I'm chuckling at myself right now. You can't see it, but I am. I am having a giggle at all of your expense. I know what's coming. Yeah, we'll go with a blue. That's right. There we go. So this looks hideous, but we're doing this for contrast purposes. Entirely for contrast purposes. Okay, and oh yeah, skills. So I'm showing you all the things that appear to be good and right. So here you have a delightful little Boschian tableau of what we're going to be getting up to. Okay, so you have a bunch of different skill trees. 3 different skill trees. You've got blade skills, cannon skills, and TSF skills. Cannon skills are basically anything to do with guns. Blade skills are anything to do with blades except for a specific one that you default have. And then TSF skills are that thing you default have as well as fisticuffs. And passives. You get passive stats from this. You get passive stats from all of these, but there's a bunch of passive stats from that. Okay, blade skills. So, off jump, you can see we're going to have to unlock basic blade combat. Then you get skills, which you'll be able to assign later, but we don't get those yet. We're not going to have them for a while. So you could do things like dual blade. You can have a dual blade wielding skill set. You can have a assault cannon sub-weapon, and you can have extra armor sub-weapon, which in this case is a shield. You can equip a shield. Big piece of sheet metal that you'll beat things with. Um, and then you can get various skills with those. In fact, you can even see the skill in action, which I think is cool. And they cost points to get. We're probably going to go for either assault cannon subweapon, or we'll go for dual blade, dual wielding. I'm not sure just yet. I think this is the AoE one, isn't it? Or is that over here? Some of these skills are AoE and they hit a pretty wide area and they are quite good. I think I think it's Mad Butterfly is the one I'm thinking of. So they're showing a nice single individual enemy, and that's really cute and all, but not a realistic expectation, I'm afraid. So these all look very neat. If very janky animations, that's going to be a recurring theme, and you'll see why in a minute. The less said on that for now, the better. In fact, I'll do the tutorial, which is going to tell you very little of actual value. But it is important. Oh, okay, yeah, here we go. I think I wound up ignoring the knife stuff, didn't I? That just looks horrible. So you do like a flying boot and then a rider kick, which is really cool. So when they say truth of melee combat, they mean like fisticuffs, like you punch things. I'm probably going to go with these for stats. That and survival tactics, because that reduces your damage taken, which can become rather important going forward. These are also pretty good. Like this one, I think gives you the equivalent to like a berserk skill, where like you take a certain amount of damage and your stats get boosted. Yeah. The English translation is a little dodgy, so it's a little okay. What does that mean? Mostly we want to get this for the melee attacks beat up. So we're going to go with jump unit mastery. Getting TSF skills, I'm not 100% sure on. Oh yeah, these are all important too. But we're gonna probably go for for cannons. I'd love to go for dual wielding, but for reasons that will become clear, actually I'll have to tell you them because I don't think we're gonna get to it. Dual wielding isn't all it's cracked up to be. What's a nice way to put this? So you know how in like literally any game with dual wielding? Oh, hi, Dunn. Sorry, I didn't see you type there. So we're in for a doozy. So you know how like most action games appear to like have certain basic concepts of how to behave and like how to be competently designed? We're not going to be getting any of that today. It's going to look flashy because I know what I'm doing, but it is not going to be particularly effective. So I'm going to go... can I set skills yet, or is that a thing I have to do later? I can set some skills yet. Okay. Oh no, I want that to be... there we go. Okay. Parrying is going to be more important because I know how to parry. Dodging, I don't understand how to do. And there's a reason for that. It's because the game is completely incompetent. In terms of the actual action gameplay, all the systems going on in the background, like your skill tree, like the maintenance bay, like the hangar for equipping your giant robot, all that makes sense. All that is top tier. If not top tier, it's like it makes reasonable sense. It looks like somebody knew what they were doing. It's when we get to the actual gameplay that we're going to have issues. To showcase some of that, I'm going to do the prologue so you can see some of the basic plot and setting, and then some gameplay where I'm just going to kind of flail around and you're going to wonder what the hell is he doing and why. You're also going to learn how to get like triple teamed by big bad giant monsters in a minute. And you'll see what that looks like, because there's not much I can do about it. And you're not intended to, I don't think, do anything about it. I think you're supposed to lose that fight. Oh, they count all of these as different prologue parts? Oh boy. Don't ask me why they spell excavator funny, but they do. Alright, I'll let it rip and see what happens. Beyblade, Beyblade. Oh no, that's just a video. There will be no combat this... Okay, these are the cutscenes. Okay, I'll show these off, because why not? I don't have anything better to do, I guess. My apologies going in, but there is actual English voice acting, so that's good. I'm gonna shut up now.
This is the story of mankind's struggle to save itself from destruction. In 1973, Earth was invaded by extraterrestrial enemies. Beings of extraterrestrial origin and adversaries of the human race. That's what we call them. They destroyed civilizations and nature alike. Humanity fought back against these unstoppable invaders. The advent of music stopped our innovation. We were forced to
I'll tweak the audio balance after this.
the tactical surface runners. An entirely new type of weapon, combining high speed and mobility with a variety of armaments and the ability to stay in the front for extended periods of time. They, and the surface pilots who became our new sword against the invaders. However, the average survival time of surface pilots on their first mission is measured in minutes. We call it the 8 minutes of death. Countless lives were lost against the Beta's overwhelming force. Their invasion continued. Defeat followed defeat, as humanity was forced from its home. In the summer of 1998, the Beta made landfall in the Empire of Japan, in northern Kyushu. Western Japan fell in a single week, and 36 million lives were lost. After a full month of fighting, the imperial capital also fell. More and more territory was lost, and the Beta constructed a hive in Yokohama. To retake the city, the Empire of Japan, working with nations from around the globe, initiated Operation Lucifer. Single ray of hope finally shines through. Mankind's counterattack is about to begin.
So, rousing musical theme, uh, pumping us up. Um, oh, okay. So yeah, let me change the audio balance because I remembered it was messed up, but I didn't remember how messed up it was. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Should probably be okay. 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. Okay. Now they have me do actual bullying of critters. Ignore the waifus on the left. They will become relevant eventually, probably, I promise. Um, so now we're going to do some basic sortie combat. Oh, really? I can change the difficulty for the tutorial mission? That's radical. We're not doing that. Not that it's hard. It's not. Um, it's just impenetrable.
HQ to landing force Echo. All shipboard TSFs, prepare for takeoff. Echo Alpha 1 to HQ. All TSFs are prepared for takeoff. All units, take off. I say again, all units, take off.
Let's go, Valkyries! All units, follow me!
Roger.
Roger.
Okay, so some things worth noting going into this. I have a reasonably high-end computer now. This game runs like crap. I'm going to get that out of the way right now. There's no avoiding it. It just does not run well. The animations are jank. The performance is wildly variable.
Shirogane, you up for this?
Yes.
Sure thing. I'll clean them up with my blade.
Awful mouth animation, but we're going to ignore that. It is early access. It's not like a real game yet, I guess. Oh, okay. Please attack. Thank you. I think my controller might be dying too, so it's okay. So the animations are like missing 80% of their frames. But when you run into these tank class, they take damage. So we're going to kick it like a soccer ball.
Be careful, don't let
These eat people. They're bad. So yo, Kazong's on. I love it.
Approaching from the front.
So we're going to bully some more meatballs. They're filled with cherry pie filling. That's what's covering me right now. Lots of cherry pie filling. There will be much more cherry pie filling. I promise.
Can't let them grab onto me.
It could also be like, I don't know, cranberry sauce. I don't know.
enemies destroyed.
I'm not a fan of cranberry sauce. I like cranberries, but cranberry sauce not so much. So right now they want me to bully these, so we are going to oblige. So some things, some notes.
20 enemies down.
Movement is weird. There is no walking on the ground. There is only boost, and you do them in little hops. Sometimes, like I'm doing right now, I'm not touching anything, and it just keeps going. It doesn't care. It doesn't care. Doing one of those movement boost hops, which is, again, literally all the movement you can do. The only movement available to you is boost hops. It is forced lock-on. If you do one of those boost hops while you're doing an action, that action stops. That doesn't seem so bad right now because we're doing melee and we might want to cancel out of that melee. Unfortunately, it's not a very reliable cancel. It's not a good cancel.
50 tank class destroyed.
This becomes highly relevant when we get to firearms. And I'll explain and try to show off why at the time. So very janky. Still in early access. It's going to be coming out on the Switch eventually, but it's on PC for now. While they, quote, work all the kinks out,
Area's now
unquote.
clear of beta.
Fantastic work, but the battle isn't over
This is
yet.
not clear of beta.
Right. I can't die in a place like this.
The combat feels like
I need to protect everyone, and humanity too.
barely proof of concept alpha. Like cobbled together. Like these people have never played an action game ever before in their lives. Which might in fact be true. I don't know. So we got nothing from that other than you know, our first initial taste of combat. In the actual prologue, it just changed these missions together, but I'm gonna have to do it the hard way, so that's fine. We're gonna do it the hard way. So now we actually get to fight real enemies. Tank class are annoying. If you sit still and let them, they will hop onto you and try to, like, I don't know, sell you things. Be like, hey, hey,
HQ to all units. The
Buy these
operation is
Tic
moving to
Tacs.
phase 4.
and I'm gonna be like, no. I'll see if I can let that happen.
Sooner than planned, too.